Welcome to an exciting episode from Choose Magazine, your lifestyle and entertainment show right at your fingertips. Today we're going to have some fun experience with you at the Acoustic and Poetry 2.2 from Botanical Gardens, Thohoyandou. This is more of performance and social show. We're also going to hear from Jean Daly from the Acoustic and Poetry Management. He will be telling us more on how it was possible for them to pull out an event of this nature. Someone may think Uri overnight. Yeah, so can you tell me the struggles because right now Nandishiko says I see it as big.
I have a team of very dedicated youth creatives, that are based in Venda, that have really seen it through. There's a lot that goes wrong at the same time. There's a lot that goes right at the same time, but more than anything, you're just trying to keep everything balanced. You're trying to keep everything happening.
You are on Choose Magazine. Big shout out to the culture. Yeah.
Choose Magazine, Unamushadu here. We're chilling at Rocco Mamas. By my side, Indina Jean Daly. How are you doing, my guy?
I'm good, man.
I'm also great, man. I'm so great. So, who is Jean Daly? Can you tell us about that?
Well, Jean Daly is a conceptualist, an event organizer, content creator in Venda. In short, I'd say a lot more, but that's what I think I want to stick to in terms of identity. Yeah.
Because my question is personal to you, so we need you to be that personal.
To be personal, well, man, Jean Daly is just the mtukana orero Venda, and then not really orero Venda, no bubura Venda. Mara only lived here until about 2005, till I moved to Pretoria. Then I've been in Pretoria for a while now, for over a decade. In that time, in Pitori, I started interacting with different forms of art, from poetry to visual art and all that stuff. And I've just always wanted to explore these forms of art. Till Nishibuya Venda 2019. Yeah, mara more than that, Jindeli nimtone ufana wapunga creativity, nimtone uchilaka space cha art and natural development concept. Yeah. I can't tear myself apart from those things. My identity is integrated within those things. It has to be. Yeah.
So what really inspired you, Urinifori? You need to go into arts.
Honestly speaking, I try very hard to track down the beginning of it all. But I think it was something that gradually happened subconsciously. I can't point out a specific inspiration or a specific time or a specific date where I fell in love with art. For me, it's something that I think was developing subconsciously through maybe the people I was exposed to, from the music I was listening to, the books I was reading and stuff like that. And so because of that, I think it was something that was happening in small bits and pieces. I can't really say that it happened all at once, so I can't really point it out, as far as the inspiration goes. But as far as where the inspiration is going right now, I feel like a lot of creatives around me that continue to create, people that continue to inspire me, the likes of Itai Hakim, Maurice Sekhute, Aiza, people that I surround myself with continue to reignite the spark and the love for the arts, so yeah, I think that's what keeps me there. But as far as what got me there, I would lie. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm aware that you inspire a lot of people, and you inspire. Okay, let me make you aware right now. You inspire me as well. On a personal level, you inspire me. So tell me, how do you keep yourself motivated? How do you keep going?
I feel like how I keep going is I just always see what's happening, what's bigger outside of where I exist, outside of what I'm immediately exposed to personally in my immediate environment, and just watching and like developing ideas as big as Afro punk. For me, I always question the beginning of those things and who are the founders and who are the people that started that. I feel like that inspires me, you know, like just people that have created and have been creating bigger than I've been exposed to outside of me, you know. So the desire to want to reach that altitude for me really keeps inspiring me. Yeah.
Great, man. There are a lot of people out there who like the idea of acoustic and poetry. Yeah, so can you tell me, how did that came about? How did you come up with the concept? It's so different. How did that come about?
Acoustics and poetry for me, where the love of, or rather the origin of the event came from, was for me having been gone away from my origins, or rather like for as long as about 16 years. I was longing to be here, and every time I came back I realized that there's so many creatives that I know, so many creatives that I interact with, and so many other creatives that I hear about, yet there is such a lack in platform for things that I know I've been exposed to in the city, you know. And being a person from this side, I've always wondered what could I possibly do if I was to ever find myself back home and based here, you know. And a good friend of mine, I was mentoring her in terms of writing at the time, Atinga Hangwe Ramabrana. You know, me and her had a conversation about, you know, how would it be if we created a platform, like rather a poetry platform for young creatives that are operating in Venda. This was a conversation that we were having before I relocated back here. And then because I knew I was going to relocate in the year 2014, in last year rather, we started talking about it. The relocator last year officially. We started talking about the concept of Ngait Sahani. We started making arrangements, and then we hosted the first open mic picnic. This was before we had sound, before we had, you know, a stage and everything. It was just like a small intimate affair of about 20 people, you know. And then that's really where the dream developed from, you know, or rather making the dream a reality. Even if it was a small platform, we managed to make it, you know, happen. And then a lot of people fell into interest with the concept from then on, and then that's where the expansion came from.
Here we have the mini bar. We have a fish tail, you know, cocktail, fish bowl, and then we have the cocktails, and then we have water. We also have Heineken, Black Label, and Corona. So basically, this is the best option if you want to get drunk in peace.
Ndina mngana wangapa Zukwa, can we work together today, man?
That's what we're gonna do today. Today we're gonna do that. And if Nakisani camera, if Zukwa.
Okay, sorry, Nakisani.
That's fine.
Okay, sure, let's work. Can we find out what these guys are doing?
Always on time, oh baby, be mine. I'm always there when you call. Oh, will you be mine? Will you the DJ? Yeah. And at the teaser, what's happening, bro? With what? We acoustic, Madakana Tandon Pichang. How do you feel, my nigga? What's happening? How do you feel? How do you feel?
Yeah, it is what it is. It's happening. Acoustic, we're supporting the movement, eh? Yeah. I love this. Young people doing what they love. Isn't that beautiful?
We're just happy that also you have a lot of work coming your side. So what's happening with your career and what's next for DJ? Oh yeah, oh we the DJ.
How would you feel if I tell you that I've got more than 15 shows before December ends? How will you feel about that?
Wow, that's a lot. 15 shows. I just pray that you get paid.
Well, 15 is a lot. That's what I know. 15 is a lot. And us from Choose Magnet, we halala, shine the most, my nigga. Do the most. And you can do it at a couple of Bandabatan.
Come to Farabatan, otherwise. Tamo Paramianga, Koribu, Beba, out here, Granny and Chamber, Fanana, dinner, ripe and dinner. So, yeah. Then I'd like to thank God. thank my manager, thank my team, thank my brother, thank everyone. So, and the baby mama, yeah, that's what's up.
Tin. Zalagama she. Half gi. Zalagama half.
But I still let them pace. Traveled, I still need the base. Soprano, I alter the phase.
We're still here. Look who I found.
We out here. Acoustics and Poetry 2.2, the tribal edition.
Niggas are out here looking like Black Panther. So the event is a success. People are out here. The school is too much. It's too much, Daddy. So what do you have to say?
All I'm gonna say is we see your support and we really appreciate it. Keep supporting, keep riding with us.
We're gonna create a cocktail. This is called Sex on the Beach. So yeah.
Yeah.
Someone may think Uri has overnight. Yeah, so can you tell me the struggles because right now Nendichiko says I see it as big.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the magnitude of what the event has gotten to right now does not only look into my experience, it also looks into the integrity of the team that is behind the concept. You know, I have a team of very dedicated youth creatives, you know, that are based in Venda, that have really seen it through. I mean, they joined me later on in the stage of developing the concept, but they've had such a big impact in terms of developing that concept and getting it to where it is right now. And a lot of that, beyond what I know in terms of being in the organizational space for like about, you know, the 7 years that I'm telling you about, I really owe to the guys that are behind it, you know. And it was also because for the first time in my life, I'm working with people that are willing to push a concept without having to look too much into how much money they can make. You know, they're really looking into how much experience they can create for the people that are living here, and how that, you know, platform can create impact and how it can grow, you know, from generation to generation, which has been something that's been very hard to achieve for a lot of concepts and to develop in the form of shows, Panovenda. You know, there's a lot that goes wrong at the same time. You know, there's a lot that goes right at the same time, but more than anything, you're just trying to keep everything balanced. You're trying to keep everything happening. You try to make everything work. So you never really get to be the audience. You never.
Okay, but on the time you saw the success. How did that make you feel?
I mean, honestly speaking, the success does not just reflect on the numbers. You know, to have a big number does not mean that something is successful. The experience that the people take home is really what the success should be. You know what I'm saying? You can have big numbers, but at the same time, realize that you've messed up a couple of things.
Okay, you can go on an event guy in 5 years' time.
So one strict thing that I'm realizing that the event is also and has always been about is about this location, this region, Venda, right? And right now it's about bringing the world to Venda. You know, people have not experienced and explored this. It has the tourism aspect to it as well, that people don't actually think about, you know. More than the art that's happening, it's also about an exchange of artists and art forms, but it's also about getting people from everywhere around South Africa to come through to this place and experience this beautiful land, Venda. So in 5 years' time, we are hoping that the event can be international, whereby we are getting international artists to come through and play here, but we're also getting an international audience to come through and experience this environment.
I have one of your bottles here, buddy. And looks like what this is dry, natural dry red wine. So how does it taste?
It's very nice. When we say it's dry, we don't mean that it's sour. You just leave your mouth dry. To get my point. It's actually nice. It's grapes.
So that only going to Makudo wines, like out of all the things you can do, wine
No, not trying to go shoot more fire brand. So the DJ spoon. So the one of access, easy car industry, yes, beverages. And then I started my own brand, which is Kudo Wines, and here we are.